Is it ready yet? Is it ready yet?
No.
I guess it's not ready. What are you doing? Why is there a skateboard in the shop?
Well,
I mean, it is air-cooled, right?
Yeah, it is air-cooled. I'm 55 years old, and I still longboard, so this is part of an interest.
In a kilt, nonetheless.
In a kilt? Well, I won't. No, that's kind of dangerous. No.
Yeah,
no,
that's
no.
true. That's true.
Way too much of a breeze going. Part of the reason is that we actually use them for doing paint sample tests, and I've got a couple of paint samples coming up, but I had a special order request from a client, a former client, for another DAC, which that one's his over there.
Okay.
And Darren is going to get this one because he's been whining about wanting a skateboard for so long.
All
so
right.
I could do a skateboard for him.
Well, he deserves it. That'll be very cool.
Hopefully this will work. So.
An exploded bug.
Yeah, this is like one of the old stickers I
That's
have.
so cool.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like it.
So we're gonna. It's just really fine details. I'm not looking forward to picking it apart.
No.
I mean, taking all of the masking off after I paint. So.
What color paint?
Probably do a red and black.
Very nice. Very nice.
Probably a nice black stripe and 2 reds or something like that.
Sounds good.
I've got a really nice red. So.
All right. Well, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's find Darren and see what's going on.
He's over at the other end of the shop with no paperwork.
And no skateboard under his feet yet.
Skateboard. We've been talking about my skateboard forever.
Yeah.
10 years now.
I know, right? All right. So show us what's going on.
All right. Well, let's start.
Who's
over
this
here.
little
We
red
got-
boy?
we got all kinds of. This is Mr. White. It's we had that slew of Beetles coming all together, and this was one of them, Super Beetle. And it's so it had some little rust areas, and he didn't want to go with paint. He's gonna paint later, but he wanted us to mitigate the rust so they can keep going and then just kind of primer it. So we got 3 spots on that.
All right.
We're putting new brakes on it. We're putting new tail light lenses and drive lenses. Running light lenses on it. We're putting a new headliner in it.
Oh.
We're putting door cards in it, seat covers,
Wow.
a dash pad.
Little freshening up.
Yeah, just a little here and there stuff. So
All right.
a little bit of this and that. Of course, headliner's a pretty big deal. But
Yeah.
So we're doing a little bit of stuff on him. We're actually going to take the motor out because he's switching over. So there's your generator. And he's switching over from a generator to alternator, which means we got to switch the stand out. So it's coming out and going on the stand. We're going to tune it up. He's got a brand new carburetor because he had problems with carburetor. He just wanted a brand new one. So we're going to put alternator, carburetor, tune it up, put it on the test stand, tune it up, get it like that, and put it back in there. Put a rear main seal in it while it's out, and oil change, all that, just the valves, and boom, boom, boom. So
And off he goes.
We got a line of them waiting. It looks like the port in Los Angeles with ships coming in. So,
there you go.
Mr.
Got some Beetles.
Hersker, there's his gas tank. We were following. We put it all in there and found out that there was a pinhole in it.
Yeah.
So we had to buy this stuff that fixes that. We got that all up and painted it back, and it's going to go in. But in the meantime, with that, we realized that we had this year has a choke cable.
Oh.
And the choke cable was routed wrong. There's a hole that's missing that we actually patched that didn't need to be patched right there. So this cable goes through here, and comes out that hole and goes up that way. So we had to go ahead and we're going to have to fix that before we put the gas tank in. So that's where that's at. And then really he'll be on the short list. He brought us his bumpers, which we'll see in a minute.
Okay.
We had them chrome, so we're going to put them together, original bumpers.
This looks so
and
good.
then we'll put his windshield. And the reason we ain't have been in a hurry to put the windshield in, besides the chrome going is Spook's got to do some touch-up painting. So he's actually going to paint the car from here to the back window.
Oh, that makes him so happy.
I gotta take it back out. Miss Riley's, we're fixing the doors to get ready to put on. So that'll be going in here probably next week's video, and then it should be on hopefully by next week's video.
Yeah.
And then really, literally, the only thing we'll be waiting on is the seats. We got the motor over here. The motor's fixing to go in here tomorrow. The next day. It's just sitting over hidden behind this slew of Beetles. We can't get it around. It's already been on the test run and ran for 15 minutes, and on our test stand, even though they did it when they put the motor together, we did it here.
Yeah.
Had no issues and tuned it, and so it's sitting there ready to go in. We'll throw it in the car, and boom, 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 there she goes.
Exciting.
And this is Mr. Baylor's Beetle. And
Major
we did
League.
a bunch of stuff. We had to put some new bumper strips on it.
Oh yeah.
We wanted some stuff like that. They added mirrors, aftermarket mirrors on there. Put these rain guards back on here already on, but they came off. There were some wiring issues, so JT got all the lights working. They weren't working, so got all the lights working, the windshield wipers. So a little bit of stuff here and there.
Okay.
Brakes. We're waiting on a couple parts for brakes, so we put the tires back on there. But that car's going on.
Sure.
The square back, the square back's up there, so we mocked up the wheels. We got that all set, so we put the regular rolling tires back on there, and it's fixing to be taken apart because this is a full restoration. So you'll start seeing this accelerate. We're going to tear it apart the rest of this week and send it out for blast and start working on the chassis. It's going to get a custom beam, custom rear suspension, custom tires and wheels, which are already here, custom interior, custom paint, custom this and that.
Make me happy.
Yeah, so we're doing a bunch of stuff on this one to be a bunch. They're 2375, I think.
I was going to ask. Engine, yeah.
Big motor. So, so we're going to do some stuff with that. He wants some different axles, and we're going to do...
They're going to have a blast driving this.
So we'll go. It's going to keep going on. But anyway, so that's underway.
All right.
Over here, we've got Mr. Johnson's, the 66 that we took apart, the red Beetle that's sitting outside. So got all the brake lines in. Corey's been working. Corey's back working.
Hey, Corey. Welcome back.
How's it going?
So he's put, we're not doing everything on this, but we put the brake lines on. We put a new shift coupler and shift bushing in it. New boots, inner boots. I think that might be it. So then we're fixing to put our kill mat down, which is our sound deadening on our new pans. And then put the body back on here. And then he's going to do the rest of the work. So he wants his brother... There's his dad's car originally, bought the car original, and he's gave it to him, and now he's giving it to his brother, and so his
the whole family's getting in on
this. So he wants to, so we're letting him mess with some of it. So, but all you purists there, I know you're gonna be like, what is that? So that's actually a fuel line run inside the car, yes, and he did that. That's why some of our brake lines don't have grommets either, but he chose that he's gonna do stuff later. He said, don't worry about it, so we didn't. But he has his pre-drilled holes. This is his fuel line that he ran in the car. Old school fuel line goes through the tunnel, but it was clogged and he didn't want to replace it, so he just ran one inside the car. So kind of like whatever they want, we do. There you are.
There you go.
But anyway, so that car's getting that. We're doing the brakes to the brakes, and his brother's going to do the brakes from the lines out. So he's going to put the new shoes and all that on it. So
that's
kind of like a halfway deal. Out here, Range is sitting here, and once again, his door's on. We
sitting here looking good.
I don't know if that video,
not yet.
Okay, so but just give it away.
That was fun.
But yeah, so we took him around the block, just a short one, just to check clearance on tires, which we do have to raise a little bit. We didn't have any issues, but we're gonna raise that up a little bit more. And then we're really close. I mean, we really are. So there's a couple little tweakies we gotta do on it, and then we'll take them on a real shakedown test drive, and then put plastic around it and ship it out here. Over here we have Miss Boggan's pans, so it's been sitting over with, took the entire front end apart. Or almost. I got the spindles to take off, but it's getting all new parts. So here's the old parts. All the front end, you're gonna get it all cleaned up and painted, and then put everything back on there. Same with the rear. So I'll get all the rear brake lines and all that, shocks and axles. It's getting everything new back there, new axles and all that stuff, and we'll clean it all up, paint it, and then put all that back. It's going with just 4-wheel disc, so the shoes are gone, drums are gone, blah blah blah, and then there we have it. So I've got motors laying there. And our motor test stand's busy with one on it so that's what happens. You put it on the test stand and then you find out something's wrong. So what happened was it was a little off. We put a carburetor on there and started running good. This is a 66 out of Mr. Johnson's. So found out that there was probably a little bit of a leak, and Spook had them check the head bolts, and lo and behold, the head bolts were loose. So they torqued all the head bolts down, so pretty much tore it down from here. And got into it a little bit more than we originally thought, but
now we got to round up all the tins because this thing came with no tins.
So we have them now. We just got to get them painted and put on there. So he didn't want to buy new stuff, so we have some of our stuff around, and we scrounge around in our scrounge pile for people that do that, and there we go. Then this one's Mr. Baylor's, the black car, and it's sitting here waiting after that one's out there to get there, and then there's 2 others waiting to go on there after that one. Miss Boggan's motor sitting over there happily waiting. So anyways, we got a motor.
An engine pile up.
We got a pile up on the deal here. So if you look out the back door before we say bye, it's a little bit less cluttered out there. There's 2 buses that are gone.
Missing.
The 2 ones that are out there,
disco
they went
bus
home.
is gone.
Mr. Bentley and Mr. Abel's disco bus. So good deal.
All right. There we go.
There we have
So
it.
Bug-A-Paluza coming up?
Real soon. It's like
April
Yeah.
9th and 10th.
Yeah, less than a month now. Huh? Wow.
A month from today. We are still hiring.
We are still hiring.
So-
Even though we got Corey back, we're
Right.
still hiring.
256
He's only one man.
828-2123. Just give us a call. Come to an app.
Yeah, even if you don't know for sure, just come check it out. Come see it for real in life and see if maybe you like
In
it.
person.
Maybe you don't.
See,
Yeah,
That's
I'm
true.
uglier in person than I am on camera.
that's true. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
All right, guys.
All right.
You know what to do. Bye, nice people.